Hi, and welcome back to Navigating the Periphery. My name is Deborah, and this is my son Philip.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us in trying to erase the stigma of mental health, one video at a time. If you're into what we're talking about on our channel, please do all that YouTube stuff if you haven't already. If you could reach down and give this video a big thumbs up and a like. Honestly, this means so much to us as content creators because the more likes we get, the more widely YouTube will distribute this on its platform, and we really want to get our message out there in order to help as many people as we can. So, Philip, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. How about you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing well. But we want to know how you guys are doing. So please let us know below. In today's episode, we are going to navigate the periphery of stigma. The stigma surrounding a mental health diagnosis. So, Philip, take it away.
Thank you. If you recall back to our first episode, if you haven't seen it, check it out in the description box below. We discussed that navigating the periphery refers to operating or moving around the edges or boundaries of something. Whether it's a physical space, a social circle, or a conceptual idea. It involves exploring the outer limits or margins of a system, society, or topic, often to gain a better understanding of the whole. The periphery can hold untapped potential, offering opportunities for growth, learning, and discovery that might not be immediately evident when focusing solely on the core or center of something. That something today is stigma.
We are going to talk about Philip's perspective into him living his life with the diagnosis of schizoaffective disorder. Exploring life with schizoaffective disorder through the lens of public opinion can be a very complex and multifaceted journey. Public opinion on mental health issues, including schizoaffective disorder, has evolved over time, but still varies widely based on cultural, educational, and individual factors.
So here is where we will define stigma. When someone or a group is stigmatized, it means that they are discriminated against or disapproved of because of noticeable social traits that set them apart from other people in the community. Stigma is frequently linked to ignorance about particular traits, competencies, or aptitudes. It's an influential social process that devalues and labels differences. Stigma can manifest in many different circumstances, including, but not limited to, mental health, illness, disability, race, gender, sexuality, and many other characteristics that may deviate from perceived societal norms.
And we all know that normal is subjective.
Yes.
The consequences of stigma can be far-reaching, leading to exclusion, poor social support, reduced access to health and social services, and a negative impact on an individual's self-esteem and mental health. Efforts to combat stigma typically involve education, awareness-raising campaigns, and promoting inclusivity and acceptance for everybody.
I want to address and stress that your diagnosis does not define you. Unfortunately, there's still a significant amount of stigma associated with mental health disorders, including schizoaffective disorder. This can manifest in various ways, from social exclusion to discrimination in the workplace. Misconceptions often stem from a lack of understanding about the nature of the disorder, which is characterized by a combination of symptoms. For instance, with schizophrenia, the hallucinations or delusions, and mood disorders such as depression or mania, as we discussed in episode 2. If you haven't watched it, please check it out.
Public awareness of schizoaffective disorder is generally less than that of more commonly discussed mental health conditions like depression or anxiety. This lack of awareness can lead to misunderstandings or misconceptions about the disorder. The lens of public opinion on mental health diagnoses has evolved significantly over the past few years, especially leading up to 2024. This evolution is characterized by several key trends and perspectives.
Nevertheless, despite these improvements, there are still significant levels of misinformation and misunderstanding about mental health, and some people may hold onto outdated or incorrect beliefs about mental health conditions and treatments, especially with certain diagnoses like schizophrenia and schizoaffective disorder.
One of the most pervasive and damaging myths is that individuals with schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder are inherently violent or dangerous. Research shows that people with these conditions are actually more likely to be victims rather than perpetrators of violence. The portrayal of these disorders in some media and entertainment sources has often been misleading and very sensationalized. But that has been changing in recent years. Also, what has been vital is that many celebrities have come forward with their own mental health struggles, which has had a significant impact on public opinion. This openness has helped in normalizing mental health conversations and made it more acceptable for individuals to seek help, even if it's help online. In TV commercials, I think we've all seen Olympic gold medalist Michael Phelps and pop star Demi Lovato advocating for these online therapy sites. We've also seen the brilliant coming forward of Simone Biles during the last Olympics when she had to withdraw because how she was feeling mentally got in the way of her performance. The use of technology in mental health care, including teletherapy, apps, and online resources, has become much more accepted and mainstream now. This has increased access to care for many, but there's also ongoing discussions about the effectiveness and privacy concerns associated with these technologies.
In media representation, the portrayal of schizoaffective disorder and other mental health conditions in media can greatly influence public opinion. While there has been progress in more accurate and sensitive portrayals, sensationalized or inaccurate representations still exist and can still perpetuate stigma. But fortunately, there's a growing awareness and understanding of mental health issues in the public sphere. More people recognize that mental health is now just as important as physical health.
I agree. Mental health is just as important as physical health, and I think now that's becoming a global understanding. This has led to a reduction in the stigma associated with mental health diagnoses. Although it still exists in some areas, social media platforms have definitely played a dual role. On one hand, they've been instrumental in spreading awareness and enabling people to share their experiences, which definitely fosters a sense of community and support. On the other hand, they've also been criticized for sometimes promoting unrealistic standards, especially where beauty is concerned, and that contributes to mental health issues, especially among younger users.
Then there is the perspective of the youth. Younger generations, particularly Gen Z and millennials, are generally more open about discussing mental health and seeking therapy or counseling. They are also more likely to be critical of how mental health is addressed in workplaces, schools, and other institutions. These younger generations have shown a notable shift in how they approach and discuss mental health compared to older generations. These generations have grown up in a time where there has been a gradual reduction in the stigma surrounding mental health. This has been aided by more open discussions in the media, online platforms, and within our educational systems.
In recent years, however, there is a growing recognition of the importance of mental health in the workplace. employers are now increasingly expected to provide resources and support for mental health. And there's greater focus on a work-life balance. And this is vital for everyone's well-being. Having realistic goals and expectations, a structured schedule, applying exercise and meditation can also aid with this work-life balance. I also wanted to focus today, like Philip said before, on not letting your medical diagnosis or mental health diagnosis define you.
Not letting your mental health diagnosis define you is an important perspective in managing mental health conditions. A diagnosis is a tool for understanding and treating what you're experiencing, but it doesn't encompass who you are as a person.
There are strategies and insights for ensuring that your diagnosis is a part of your life, but it's not the defining aspect of it. Understanding your diagnosis can empower you. Philip is a great example of this, and I'm so incredibly proud of him and his accomplishments.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He graduated college with his bachelor's degree in behavioral science and now wants to use that degree to help others like himself to stop the stigma surrounding a mental health diagnosis.
Engaging in therapy, medication, or other forms of treatment is not a sign that the diagnosis defined you, but rather that you're taking charge of your mental health. Treatment is a means to help you live your life more fully. You have to try to be kind to yourself, especially during difficult times.
Definitely.
Recognize that managing a mental health condition can be challenging, and it's okay to have ups and downs. Being mindful and self-aware can help you stay grounded in the present moment and develop a more balanced perspective on your life and identity. And if you're comfortable sharing your experiences with others, it can be empowering. It not only helps in your own process of not letting the diagnosis define you, but can also encourage and inspire others. That's why my mom and I started this channel together.
Your journey with mental health is just one part of a larger picture. Each person brings a unique set of strengths, talents, and experiences and perspectives to our world. Emphasizing and nurturing these aspects of yourself can help you maintain a balanced and holistic view of who you are.
Furthermore, focusing on your whole self can empower you to live a fulfilling life despite the challenges of a mental health condition. It can also shift the narrative from one of illness and limitation to one of resilience and personal growth. This approach encourages a more compassionate and comprehensive understanding of mental health, both for individuals experiencing these conditions and for society as a whole. Your life experiences, including mental health related ones, have shaped who you are and how deeply you perceive the world. They have the power to increase your resilience, empathy, and intelligence. It is possible to write a complex and varied story that accurately captures who you are by accepting every aspect of your journey.
Remember, your mental health diagnosis is a part of your journey, but it is not your entire story. You're a unique individual with your own strengths, experiences, and contributions to make in this world. By focusing on your whole self, you can ensure that your diagnosis is a chapter in your life, not the entire narrative. So, Philip, how do you feel our episode on Navigating the Periphery of Stigma went today?
It went pretty well. How about you?
It went really well.
This channel has become a space for connection where we can openly discuss mental health, sharing coping strategies or methods, and break down the walls of stigma. It's heartening to see how this virtual community can provide a sense of belonging and understanding that goes beyond the limitations often imposed by mental health conditions. Receiving support, encouragement, and even constructive advice from you and others has contributed significantly to my ability to cope with my condition. It's a reminder that, despite the challenges, there is strength and vulnerability and power in community. As I continue my journey, I am grateful for the highs and lows, as they shaped me into a more resilient and self-aware individual. My hope is that by sharing my experiences, I can contribute to breaking down the stigma surrounding mental health and inspire others to embrace their own journeys with courage and compassion.
Wow. That was very well said.
Thank you.
We want to stress again to everyone that you are not your diagnosis. And remember, it's okay not to feel or be okay all the time. Normal is very subjective, and it's a very subjective term. And that embracing who we are makes the world a more diverse and interesting place. We hope you enjoyed today's show. Please leave us some feedback and comments below about your thoughts. And also share with us thoughts and topics you'd like to see for upcoming episodes. Thank you so much for joining us to try to stop the stigma of mental health one video at a time. Thank you so much for watching Navigating the Periphery. Again, my name is Deborah, and this is my son Philip. Please take care until the next time, and we'll see you soon with another episode. Have a great night. Thanks again. Bye.
Bye.